you will eat the wealth of the nations. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Because until you believe that and take it as the word of God and say, I will eat the wealth of the nations, I can promise you, you never will.
That was Eli Regalado, a Denver area pastor who operates his own church called Victorious Grace. In January, he and his wife were charged with securities fraud for allegedly misappropriating $1.3 million raised from over 300 people, among other things.
Why, of all places, am I in Zambia? God, why? We could have gone to the Bahamas and saved a few hours.
His comments from that video came while speaking at a religious conference in Zambia in February. But before that event, Regalado addressed the lawsuit and attributed any crypto-related wrongdoings to a higher power.
We took God at his word and sold a cryptocurrency with no clear exit. One, either I misheard God and every one of you who prayed and came in, you as well. Or two, God is still not done with this project and he is going to do a new thing.
We spoke to one victim who was a religious man in Nigeria named Exodus Okeye, who lost money and the trust of his community in Regalado's alleged scam.
I referred 20 to 30 members to get enough coin. People I referred also, my friends were also disappointed. Some of them were telling me, you said this thing will work out fine. What happened? I'm a Christian. So with the hope that God is a pastor, is a man of God, that things will get back to normal. But till now, I've not heard anything, and I'm losing hope.
So I traveled to Denver, Colorado to visit Regalado's church, which just so happens to also be his house. But on my way, I stopped by another institution called the Church of Cannabis to see what that congregation thought about God's role in crypto. It was closed at the time, so I did the next best thing, ask passersby on the street what they thought about the pastor.
Do you think it's feasible that God could actually ask somebody to create a cryptocurrency?
Well, it's all in God's hands, is it not?
I think he's probably scamming, honestly. I don't think God's really trying to get anybody rich out here.
What little I know about cryptocurrency is it's highly speculative.
In terms of what could convince you that God actually told this person to create a cryptocurrency, can you think of anything beyond just somebody's word?
I'm just not sure God is communicating to us.
I don't know. It would have to do numbers, I guess. If it really started taking off, I'd be like, oh, maybe so, because I believe in God, but how's he doing numbers-wise? Is he
No, he's in Zambia right now, and the Colorado State security regulator charged him with securities fraud, saying he misappropriated about $1.3 million that he was raised from people to invest in this token.
So he did scam.
Allegedly.
For $1.3 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came up on them boys for sure.
I'm going to keep my money in a bank.
It seems there's not a lot of faith in crypto, so we set out to find Regalado's house and church.
Thank you. Wild.
What appeared to be just a regular home was instead a house blanketed in particle board and under construction. The only thing that stood out was just how abandoned the lot looked.
Looks like a cease and desist. Now, the lawsuit brought by the Colorado State Securities Regulator claimed that the Regalados took money that was invested in INDXcoin and used it to pay for renovations on their own house, among other things. And you can see that this home is in the process of being renovated, but it's essentially empty.
While the pastor was long gone, there was evidence at the house that showed it was connected to religion in some way, namely Bible verses.
As for me and my house, we will save the Lord. Josh 24:15. Another Bible verse written over here. Blessed you shall be who come in, and blessed you shall be when you get out. Finally, we have something a little bit more ominous. We have this sign that says Jesus heart seal, and then circled and written below, I'm coming for you. What's your take on this situation where he says that God told him to create a cryptocurrency?
That to me is appalling, that people would use religion to scam people out of their life savings.
When was the last time you saw them?
Yeah, even before the construction, they would take off for months at a time and then come back for a month or two, and then they'd have big parties, and then they'd take off again.
Party.
They just kind of projected this era of being very wealthy, and which made us kind of question why move here. Well, I understand that he's actually a minister or something,
A pastor.
But he never
once
conveyed
mentioned
that,
to
never
you?
mentioned it to us.
What did you guys think they did for work?
That's what we kind of questioned,
That's a great question. So I went to the Colorado Division of Securities to learn more about how the Regalados allegedly played on their victims' religious beliefs.
Once you're a target, a victim of some kind of financial fraud, and it goes through the court system, oftentimes there is not 100% return of your funds. But justice is more than that. Hopefully we'll get some justice in, making sure he's prosecuted successfully.
One of the most insidious aspects of Regalado's alleged scam may be how he used his relationships with other pastors to find well-meaning victims.
They went to other pastors and said, give me your list of names of your members. And I think there was a trust that he was part of this community and that he could be someone who was helping them.
Remember that chat in Zambia? It appears the pastor's still trying to build a congregation, but who knows?
The Lord said this, you take me at my word, I will take you at yours. The plowman is going to overtake the reaper. It's going to start happening faster and faster and faster. And all it takes is for a couple of you in this church, your pastor's one of them, to start enacting on these principles.